Moin, this is World War II Lego. I'm Erwin, and welcome to Building North Africa and Micro Brick Battle Part 6? Yeah, it's Part 6. We're already at Part 6. So last week what we did was we built up the surrounding desert, and I said in last episode at the end I was going to focus on, this time, building up basically the tank tracks and possibly the Oasis. Well, today we're going to get to that, and hopefully I can get to the Oasis. I don't know. I might run out of dark sand parts, really. Might work, might not work. I don't know. There's not really a lot of explanations on what I had to do. I just had to put down tracks where the tanks are going and then just build up the dark tan Oasis. So without much further ado, let's just cut to a time lapse and cut to a chase. So this is basically all the tank tracks are now done. I anchored each tank into place so I know how I want to position them so that they don't fall off, and I had to assume what I wanted to position them as. There's a couple of interesting connection places. There's nothing on the axis side that has some interesting track sections, more or less. But over here, this area is kind of crowded and confusing. I definitely feel like I should have tried the technique where I dug tracks into the ground, but I guess I'll maybe do like a mini mock after this, just really quickly with like one tank or something all like that, testing out basically how do I kind of integrate a track into a hill or something all like that. So that's going to be something I need to work on in the future. Otherwise, I think more or less we're good for the entire layout of the model. I'm thinking though that I should probably change where the Spitfire and the 109 are basically going to fly, because originally I was going to place the Spitfire here and 109 here, but then this area is kind of really crowded, so I'm thinking I'm going to place a Spitfire here flying in this direction with the 109 basically being tailed right around here or so. So that's going to kind of more or less fill up this section right here. Not going to make it so empty. Otherwise, I think we're good for the tracks. It's now time to move on to the Oasis. So we're finally done with the actual land area of the mock, and it's looking pretty decent for basically a second time mock. And I mean, I know there's a lot to improve on, but I'd have to say so far I'm pretty proud of myself for what I've basically accomplished. The Oasis area, I basically added in a bit of differentiation in the elevation because I didn't want it to be just a completely flat dark sand area. Now, next week what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to focus on basically building up the vegetation on Studio for Bricklink, and then also do the tanks themselves. That's it for this episode. I think next week, I said what I was going to do next week, so basically just recap really quickly. So next week, I'm going to be working on Bricklink.io just to finish off all the vehicles, turn them into camouflage. The only really big challenge for next week is probably going to be the Crusader tank. I know I have to get basically a cruiser tank chassis, which I know that Brickmania has made, so that's probably going to make my job a lot easier. It's just the turret is going to be a bit hard, but otherwise we should be fine with the vehicles. Still working on the palm tree idea, probably going to tinker with it over the next week or so, and then you're going to see that more or less being built in the Studio.io. that's it, more or less. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep on building.